I'm back. At 8 turned it off, so I'm coming back. But there's gonna be a different. Sickening. Illegal alien was just arrested in Georgia for raping a 7-year-old first grader. And people wonder why ICE exists. They're the kind of people. These are the kind of people that Alec Pritchett died defending. Now, mind you, I don't have no problem with immigration. Come on here and do it the right way. As a lot of people came with illegals, they went through the proper channels, they ended up getting green cards, citizenship, and work visas. It's too many different ways to do it. If I want to purchase a house outside the United States of America, I got to go through the proper channel. If I just go hang out in Jamaica when they get me, they can either incarcerate me or they can send me back. So that's the way the system go. But when people are over here, illegal aliens, we don't know where they at, what they doing, with their criminal background, educational level, as they're serving to the American people. Now, when people start coming over here, we should be looking for the brightest and best. President Trump said it 8 years ago. He said, man, they send a criminal, they send these people over here, they send these over here, they send the murderers, and everybody got hurt. They got mad, they got angry. But in all actuality, we should want the best of the best when they come to the country. Now, when we had our nuclear program after World War II, when we had our little situation with the Nazis and Germany and Hitler people, we sit there and took their brightest of brightest and helped us develop atomic bomb and hydrogen bomb and the nuclear weapons industry. And a lot of these people were Nazis, but we used them to our advantage. So we got to start using people to our advantage when they come into this country. We can't let people just get a free ride. We can't let people just have their way. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. We gotta sit there and stick with the policy of the United States of America. We should not be out here breaking the laws for nobody. You know, if you look at Minnesota, 2 young people whose lives were really just getting started is no longer here. I don't know if the guy Alex Pritchett had any children, but what's her name? Renee Good, she had 3 beautiful children. And them 3 beautiful children would no longer be here, would no longer have a parent. Because with the media portraying that ICE is this terrible entity that was here 12 months ago before President Trump was in office, they was there when he was in office, and they was there after he left office, and they were there before he got in office. Some of the same people. Tom Homan, he got an award for President Barack, the job he was doing with deportation. Now all of a sudden, these people are so bad. We got to stop letting the media project. We got to stop letting our Congress and Senate project what's going on. Because at the end of the day, they fucking lying. And they get people put in situations because we got people now that's driven by emotions and put them in a situation where people get hurt. He didn't die definitely of raping. He died having a sin of protecting who was shoved down by ICE. But at the end of the day, I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, you cannot impede even your local city government highway patrolman when they push down somebody. You're supposed to stay out of the way. I understand what you're saying. He tried to help somebody, right? But at the end of the day, him helping somebody, that person's still alive, he no longer here. If he just sit back and just video record, if they'd have broke the law, he could have turned that video in. But now your life is lost, even though people out here going to protest for him, but he won't know. He can't go back to his mother and father. So that's why I tell people, just stay out of the way. This is not our fight. Let them do what they're going to do. Let the fools get paid to go out there. If you love your life, if you love your family, you love your children, you shouldn't be out there. Nobody in my family but I never go in no situation like that, because you better not be willing to leave her for something that we have no control of. And it's unfortunate that that man died. It's unfortunate that he put himself in that situation. It's unfortunate that Renee Good put herself in that situation for nothing. Another year or 2, we ain't gonna be talking about them no more. They're not going down as heroes. It was nothing heroic about that. That was madness. And I try to tell people, we should not be fighting for anyone that broke the law. Y'all don't fight for the hustlers in your community. Y'all don't fight for the bank robbers, the thieves, the people who are scamming. Y'all don't fight for them. I can have excuses. Well, I come from a bad situation. My household wasn't that good, so I had to run to the street and hustle. You ain't trying to hear that. You're going to say, lock their ass up. So when they broke the law, we got to say the same thing. Let them do what they are going to do. We are not compliant. We are not a compliant or dying country. Well, I agree with you. I'm going to let them people do what they're going to do. Get them up out of here without my assistance. I would never put myself in harm's way for nobody less than my fucking family. Period. And I know people are going to be mad when I say that. My family is the only one I'm going to put myself in harm's way. And if my family out here doing something illegal or gangbanging doing something stupid, I'm not putting myself in harm's way because that's the life you chose. That's the life you chose. I love my life. And I want to be here another 40 years when they ain't going to have TikTok no more. I'm going to be telling kids about TikTok. Yeah, man, I was on TikTok every day. I had 50,000 followers. They had Paw, great-grandpa. Tell us more about TikTok. So I would never put myself in them situations when I don't have no control over. Now, people, you can sit there and let the media machine manipulate you and make you think that you worthy to go out there and talk shit to somebody, that you had the right to go out there and talk shit to somebody, that you had the right to attack a federal agent that's doing their job. You don't. Cause once this shit start, once this stuff starts simmering down, called President Trump and my man that had a conversation already, once this stuff starts simmering down, hold on for a minute. I don't know who called me for say toll free. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back. And like I tell people, this is not our fight. We gotta stop worrying about what's going on with somebody else. We can't do it. He didn't attack a federal agent, though. You know, that's right. Well, I didn't say he attacked the federal agent. I said people are going out there attacking federal agents. And once this shit get blown over, called President Donald Trump and Governor Walz had a meeting. They're going to try to defuse this situation. But a lot of people still going to have federal cases because people been locked up. So don't put yourself in a situation where you might go to federal prison, lose your family, lose your job, and you got to pay for a lawyer. Even though you say he didn't attack anyone, he did impede the investigation. Just stay the fuck out the way. Y'all act like y'all ain't never been on the streets in certain situations. You cannot impede no police, no law enforcement, no federal agent, no marshal, no sheriffs, no highway patrolman. Y'all know this. Y'all acting like y'all ain't never been in no situation. Even they threw that lady down, just keep your video going and stay 5 feet away. Everybody know that you walked up in the middle of them trying to help. That was not your place. That situation turned deadly. You no longer here. So you don't hear about people crying for you. You don't hear about people protesting. You don't hear about people making excuses for you on TikTok and say, damn, he shouldn't have put himself in that situation. You ain't gonna never hear this. Renee Good, you'll never hear this. This young girl, we don't know what she gonna be going through mentally for the rest of her life. I got other articles where several women also been brutally attacked by immigrants. So many people that been unalived by immigrants. Where's the protest? Where's the outrage? But that's okay. That's okay. You can look around the country, just put in Google how many people have been attacked, blah, 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 by immigrants in the last 2 years. And watch how many people names come up. People been unalive, been molested, been raped. So where's the fucking protest? Is the media scared to talk about that? Why we don't want to have covers on this 24/7? Why our leaders ain't talking about that? Because our leaders playing a game with everybody. Our leaders want us to be out there in the forefront for them, for they can have some media coverage, hoping that you make a bad decision, and they can use it. Oh, well, she didn't have to get shot. She would turn the car away. It doesn't matter if she turned that car away or not. She's no longer here. It no matter if he went out there to give somebody assistance just to pick him up. He's no longer here. It doesn't matter anymore. It really doesn't matter anymore. Even though police officers get fired, it doesn't matter. They no longer fucking here. They going down in history for dying for something that they could have minded their business on. I can talk about this shit all day long from the comforts of this back room. I don't have to be out there. I'm not going to be out there. I'm not putting myself and my family in a situation where we can get unalive. Man, you got to be fucking diabolical. You got to be crazy. You got to be going crazy to put yourself in those situations and willing to leave your family for something that don't matter. But where we able to protest about the little girl situation? I appreciate, thank you. What about that situation? What about it? Nobody want to talk about situations like that. How many people been put in bad situations because of the illegal terrorists? Look up the status, criminal crime versus native crime. Well, we know the criminal migrant crime gonna be lower because you got less migrant, but it doesn't matter. We ain't talking about immigrants. We talking about illegal immigrants. An immigrant is a person who came from another country and might got this citizenship. Put up illegal immigrants. We ain't talking about immigrants, man. A lot of immigrants over here is doing great shit. We talking about illegals. Give me illegals. What's the difference? And if they commit a crime or not, it don't make a difference. They committed a crime when they came across that border illegally. Why don't y'all just wake up, man? Everybody wake up and say, okay, they right, illegal. Well, it's a civil defense. Okay, just say it's a civil defense. They still broke the law. And the Constitution, we had the right to deport them or get them out of our country. But if people just wake up and everybody just do what we're supposed to do, we won't even have these dumbass problems. We got too many problems in this country for people to keep doing this dumb stuff and riding with them. I'm about to follow you also. I just followed you, Michelle. I just followed you. And I try to tell people, all we gotta do, especially black people, stay your ass away from there. Cause you know they don't care nothing about us. You will get unalive and be incarcerated for 20, 30 years. Black people, keep your ass at home where you belong. Cause they ain't gonna shoot Karen. They ain't gonna shoot Jeremiah. They gonna go through there, their Hondas. They gonna go through there with the Toyota, the Subaru, the Mitsubishis. Ain't gonna have a problem. Let a brother pull up with a Tahoe or Yukon. We might no longer see him standing up, or we're gonna see him in a cell. We know how this shit go. Okay, explain to her what illegal immigrant. Illegal immigrant, anybody who broke the law to come into this country. That's illegal immigrant. Immigrant is one who came to this country who might have got citizenship or work visa or green card. One who law-abiding citizen had the right to be in this country. That's an immigrant. Illegal mean you broke the law. I'll be a legal immigrant if I go to Mexico hanging out, or Trinidad, or Dominican Republic. A legal immigrant is someone who broke the laws of the land or any country that they went in without permission. If you ever been out the country, and I'm not saying on the cruise ship, if you ever went out the country, before you get out that plane, you gotta fill out a piece of paper. It got a series of questions on there. Gonna ask you where you going, how long you gonna be there, how much money you got on you, who traveling with you, where you staying at, and you need the number of the residence you staying at, and how long you gonna be in their country. Because they want to keep tabs on anybody coming in their country. Have you heard of asylum seekers? Yes, asylum seekers is different. That one called asylum seeker. It didn't say illegal immigrant. I can be an asylum seeker coming from a war-torn country. Or I could be leaving that country because I was an activist and they persecuting trying to kill me. That's a person who seek asylum and the country allowed them to come here because they seeking asylum for, it might be a threat on their life, persecution, on judgment call. They had an uprising against like Iran or Saudi Arabia or something. That's two different things. That's two different things. And then you can seek asylum while you're in your country. You don't have to come over here illegally to seek asylum. But if you come over here illegally, you still broke the law even when you're trying to seek asylum. I get immigrant lives don't matter. Why you keep saying immigrant lives don't matter? Now say illegal immigrants. Their lives matter, but they don't matter over here. Google Mexico with the immigration problem. Everybody from Ecuador, San Salvador, El Salvador, they kicking their ass out the country as we speak right now. Google it. Y'all don't do enough research. Google Mexico deportation and look how they doing them. They doing it worse than what we doing them. They getting the ass at the border. Look at the Dominican Republic and Haiti. They see a Haitian on the street, they getting the ass when they let them go home, taking them straight to the border, throwing them over the border. Let's start looking stuff up, man, because I want everybody in this country. I want everybody to come in this country who want to be in this country. I want everybody to have the right to be in this country, but come and do it the right way. But I also want the American citizen to be safe. Now, where are you from and what's your nationality? Because if you black, you go in. Most Latin countries don't have legal pathway to USA. If there's something that you know is something you just talking, because that's 100% false. That's 100% false. So if there's something you just heard somebody say some bullshit on TV, because I know you didn't Google that. I know you didn't Google that. And I'm going to ask you a question now. Where are you from and what's your nationality? I want to know your nationality and where you from. Most Latin countries don't have a legal pathway to the USA. Most Latin countries don't have a legal pathway to the USA. Wow. Wow. I'm waiting on you to tell me where you're from and what's your nationality, Nab. If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. Because I'm really baffled how we fight for people who break the laws now. How we fight for people who fight for African American people about our reparations. How we fight for everybody, but nobody believe Black lives matter. Then white people come out, all lives matter. But damn, we didn't say all lives matter, but we said our lives matter because the police brutality we going through. What about all the police brutality we're going through? How many times that we've been pulled over, stopped and frisked, and then nobody say nothing? How many knees did we had to our chest and our neck? George Floyd just, unfortunately, he died on film. With no film there, he'd just be another black man. They're going to go down there and lie on him. We've been going through this shit forever. But where the Latino, Hispanic people at then? Where the Somali community at now? My people live in Columbus. They say them Somalis don't like them. People in Minnesota is black say they don't like them. You go to California, you go to certain parts of Texas, they don't like you. Latinos don't. They don't want you in the community. So why would we roll with people who don't like us? No, he died defending the law against dictatorship, straight up. Well, hey, Andrew, it's unfortunate he no longer here. So if he died defending the law against dictatorship, straight out, he's straight out not here no more. So at the end of the day, he died for nothing again. His parents will never have their child again. His aunts and uncle will never see their nephew. He died for nothing. I don't even know if the man had children. He died for nothing. I'm not dying defending his laws. I'm not dying against no dictatorship. That man, our dictator, only got 36 months. Shit, I can wait it out. I've been waiting it out 60 years dealing with all these racist presidents. I can wait another 36 months. I'm not dying for no bullshit. Straight out, I got somewhere. I got something done. Well, like I said, straight out, it got somewhere. It got something done. Well, he dead. You might not like it, but it's true. Okay, Andrew, he dead. Okay, they're going to have a couple more marches. He did. President Trump and Governor Wall, they had a conversation. They're going to try to squash this shit. He's dead. Renee them dead. It's stupid to die for motherfuckers that broke the law. No matter how y'all try to justify it. If you're trying to help somebody, then okay, great. But he died. If she wasn't involved in that shit, and she just was there as an observer, but she died. Stay the fuck away from that bullshit. Don't nobody really care about that man dying. We all talk. We don't give a fuck. You know we don't. Have a great day. Your word don't go far. Well, you know, like I said, I'm not against it. I'm sorry that the man died, but in the day, Andrew, he died for nothing. He died in vain. That's like when somebody and they're shooting up and they OD. You died for nothing. So you went out there and took a chance, and it didn't work out to your liking. And the man might not get fired. He might be back on the job next month. It's not even, certain stuff is not worth dying for. I'm not dying for nobody who I don't know. I'm not dying for no laws and no bills to get passed. I'm not dying for no illegal immigrant. I'm not dying for nothing unless it's about my family. And if my family out there doing something wrong, I'm not dying for that ass either. We all on this planet as individuals. We on this planet individual. He don't get an automatic ascension to heaven. God gonna say, I didn't tell you to go out there, fam. You made that decision. You put yourself in that situation. And you still got fools out there. Now, some of the fools are getting paid, but they keeping other people up to do all the agitation shit. While they might throw something, everybody else get riled up. They step back and get their little $70,000, $80,000 they gonna get. I don't know how much they pay them, but I heard it almost a six figure some of them getting. So if you willing to do that for some money, that's a hustle to me. But I'm gonna make sure I'm behind 800 people up here talking crazy. I'm gonna make sure they see me, because I'm gonna have my video camera like I'm out there, but I ain't gonna be really out there. I'm gonna be playing the game. And I learned my lesson. I've been in the military. You got a lot of them guys dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder. You put them in a bad situation, anything can happen. You must not have a job. Why you say that? Why you say I ain't got a job? I ain't even gonna try to figure your name. I'm just gonna say Day. You say I must not have a job. What make you think I ain't got a job? Because I'm waiting on you to comment before I say something back. Can everybody please tap it? 15 people here that follow. Please follow the 13 people that's on the wall. And everybody please tap up the 5,000. Let's power tap. Let's get them taps going. And get them lights going. Everybody tap your screen. Get them lights going. Hey, Day, you say I must not have a job. I'm waiting on you to respond. And yes, I do have a job. I have several jobs. Yes, I do. I have several jobs. And I thank God, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for that. That I have several different incomes coming in. But also, we must stop beefing between each other. I don't have no allegiance to no political party. I'm not a Democrat. Don't tap for the nonsense. Okay, I won't be following you either. So let me make sure I ain't following you. Okay, I won't be following you then, since everything I'm saying is nonsense. I had no political party, have no political affiliation with anyone. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a conservative. I'm not an independent. I don't get caught up in politics. It's a big ass dumb game, and I'm not gonna play the game with these people. Drizzle. Right? Why would I follow some people that you can't even fucking talk to? You can't call Donald Trump and get him on the phone. You can't call Biden. You can't call Kamala Harris. So why would I vote for people I don't know? I don't do that shit, man. I've been away politics, man, 40 years ago. I was in my 20s, so I would never vote for these people, and I never have. I would never get nobody my vote, because you don't deserve my vote, because you ain't going to do what I want you to do. You're going to do what you want to do. The decision you want to make for you and your people. You ain't going to make no decisions. If I come and knock on the door, which I can't tell you what to do, so why the fuck would I vote for? My thing is, I got to police my own home. I got to make sure we cool. And by me being cool, I take my ass to work every day. I stay prayed up every day. I meditate every day. I fast twice a week. I'm trying to have a connection with God, so God gonna lead me in every situation I need to be in, and gonna protect me in the situation I don't need to be in. And one of the situations, He gonna protect me from ever going to a riot, trying to be a peacekeeper. I can do that shit on my keyboard. I can do that on my keyboard. I don't have to be out there and put myself in a situation and die for nobody. You got to be a damn fool, because at the end of the day, nobody gonna be talking about this next month. We ain't talking about the Venezuela president no more. We ain't talking about the bombings of the ships no more. All that. We ain't talking about the Epstein files no more. Y'all don't realize that every week when something happen, the shit don't matter no more. We don't talk about the Epstein file no more. You don't hear nobody in Congress. What the file that? 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 They didn't think the man was gonna release the damn files. He released the file. Everybody hush hush. You don't see Jasmine Crockett, none of them talking about that shit no more, because she realized a lot of her homies was in there. So this shit is a game, and we don't realize they playing a game with us. I'm not gonna play the game with these people. You ain't gonna keep controlling me like I'm a fucking fool and I gotta go for this stuff. And then I be hating when people talk, well, he died for a good cause. What cause? Explain to me the good cause he died for. I don't believe Alex definitely died. Well, he died in vain. He is not going down as a martyr. They're not going to put the flags at half-mast. He's not going to get a national parade. They're going to be on TV like Charlie Kirk. Now, Charlie Kirk was unalive for what his opinion was. That's something different. Charlie Kirk wouldn't mess with anybody. This man was out there impeding the investigation. No matter they threw the person down, you put to get out the way. All he had to do is just keep filming them and then go down there and press charges on the ICE and say, look, this what I seen them do. And take it to the court system. You lost your life. That's all I'm saying, people. Why would y'all want to lose your life for a government who don't care nothing about y'all? They ain't talking about the president of Venezuela no more. They ain't talking about the bombing of the drug vessel in Venezuela no more. They ain't talking about what they call it. They ain't talking about the sanctuary cities no more. They ain't talking about the Epstein files no more. They ain't talking about the economy no more. They ain't talking about gas prices no more. They ain't talking about food prices no more. You see how they ain't talking about home ownership prices no more. You see how this shit go? They don't talk about the stuff that need to be talked about, but they don't want to talk about because they know that he is basically winning. Everything he said he's gonna do, he's doing. So they gotta find a rebellion. Y'all got 2 people killed, man. Whoever sanctioned this bullshit. Whoever took some money or gave these kids the money to go out there and risk their life for that dumb ass shit. 2 people are gone, they can't come back. And it's sad that people that's grown ups can't see that. Y'all can't really see that this man died in vain for nothing. But we got a person like him, Signy, illegal alien, was arrested in Georgia for raping a 7-year-old first grader. And people wonder why ICE exists. These are the kinds of people Alex Pretty died defending. Now, I ain't going to say them the kind of people he died defending, because some of them people never committed a crime in their life. But it's a lot of criminals that came into this country. Tren de Diagua, MS-13, what's the other one? 18th Street. We got a lot of violent people that came to this country who coming from a war-torn country, who coming from a country that immune to violence. Came to this country from a country that violent ain't shit to them. Violent don't mean nothing to them. So once you see that and realize that, you have a different mindset on what's fucking going on. You have a different mindset. And my mindset is, we need to stick together, and no matter what your nationality is, we use to obey our laws. We put to protect the American citizens, And we put to get everybody out of the country who broke the law, who willing to break the law, and who came over here illegally by breaking the law. We got to stick together on this. We should not be fighting for this shit because none of y'all going to sit on here and fight for me and mine and my people. Everybody got reparations except for the American Negro. The Japanese internment camps. The Jews got money. Everybody. But nobody, the Indians got money. They got casinos. And some of the reservations are very poor. But you got a lot of Indian reservations that's doing good because they get money from the oil reserves they have and plus the casino revenue. But what do they get African Americans? Nobody fighting for us. Nobody putting in a law saying they deserve reparations. I don't know how far they can go back on reparations, but at least some people on the planet should be able to get it. And I was born in the 60s, not even saying I'm supposed to get it. What about the people that's born in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s that might still be here, if some of them are still here? But why are we not fighting for that? Why nobody want to go on a struggle with us for that? The black elites turned it down. Man, you got to surely, God damn. It's almost be unbelievable with some of the shit y'all say. I want you to do me a favor, Shirley. Do me a favor. Because I know people just get on here and just say anything, just talking. Shirley, Miss Page, I want you to Google in 1865, I think it's somewhere around there, did African Americans ever had reparations? Why would it say we had reparations before? We had our 30 acres and we had a mule. It was unfortunate that President Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth. And John Wilkes Booth assassinated him. Then I think it was Andrew Jackson, I can't remember what president was, but they came in. Hold on, I gotta turn my light back on. I gotta get my light. Give me a second, y'all. And I don't know what president was after Lincoln. It might have been Adams. I can't remember. But he took it away. So at one time we did have 40 acres and a mule that we were supposed to get. And then as soon as they killed President Lincoln, because they didn't want to get a land up and a mule to people coming out of slavery, he was unalive. So look this kind of stuff up. You saying the black elites turned it down. What you mean by that? Elaborate. Just don't get on here and just say anything. Surely, all I said, all you got to do is Google, did United States citizen ever have reparation 40 acres and a mule? Watch it. Why would it pop up? We had it. It was ours. It was in law. He got assassinated, new president took it away. Look it up. And he was a Democratic president. Look this stuff up. Then you say the black elites that want to get reparations. I don't know how y'all just be making shit up, man, just be talking. It really baffles me. That's why I tell people the worst thing ever happened with social media when people just say shit. Okay, I'm not Google. I lived it. Huh? So you lived through reparations in 1865? You old as hell. That was in 1855. I would not Google. Shit, I lived it. All right, Shirley, don't Google it. So that means I'm just not gonna comment with you because I like people to take the time and somebody tell you to Google something that you should be man or woman enough to say, well, let me Google this and see if this shit true or not. And then the whole conversation is changed. But when people just come on here and say stuff but won't even Google to see the information correct, that's kind of crazy to me and very immature. So I'm just ain't gonna comment what you're saying no more or none of that shit, cause we can have a good dialogue on here about what's going on in society. But when people are so caught up with ignorance, it's unbelievable. Why do people do not want to seek the truth and know the truth? I never get online and just say anything because I don't want somebody to be sitting back behind the cobra and say, man, he says some dumb ass shit. Because everything I say on here, I can back it up with facts. Okay, you graduated from college. Congratulations. So I want to say, man, if you're an African American, or you're an American citizen, If you're a Latino Hispanic and your ass an American citizen, do not go out there and fight for no illegal aliens. Don't do it. Because at the end of the day, I want to know how that girl family feeling what happened to their daughter. Drizzle. That's why I say I'm not even going to comment back. College don't mean common sense. All I did is ask the lady to Google what I said, and she going to talk about she ain't Google nothing. She lived the shit. So there's no need for me to even go back and forth with her, because any conscious person going to say, let me Google it. Drizzle. Put in on Google, did the United States ever get blacks reparations? What would it say? We had reparations. Lincoln got killed, they took it back. The Democratic Party took it back. They even got a song down in Alabama, Mississippi, they even got a sign erected talking about it. That was killed me, Drizzle. When we have all these so-called educated people, but damn, you won't take the time and you Google just to look something up and see if it's facts or not? That's really kind of scary to me. And my people, man, we getting to the point now, black people just became so much of followers. They follow who they like. We don't love information no more. We love to be led to the slaughter. We love to be asleep. It's shocking that black people are so afraid of information. You can give them the information, they still will go in denial. That shit is scary to me. And it's shocking that we got to the point this is the way we act. It's almost so bad, man, that back in the day we were kings and queens, from Reconstruction to the Jim Crow to the Civil Rights Movement. Man, we love education. We love research. We just gonna follow whoever says something. Well, I like this master, I'm gonna follow this master. Well, I like this master, I'm gonna follow this master. Your master gonna be your intelligence. Then the more you research stuff, you're gonna like, damn, these people been lying. One lady get up and say, well, immigrant lives matter? Yeah, immigrant lives matter. Even illegal immigrants' lives matter. But his shit don't matter. You supposed to be in our country. You broke the law. I don't understand people's mindset. I can dislike you and still speak the truth when you say some truthful shit. I'm not going to dislike you and hate you and don't want to deal with you, and you got on a black hat and people say it's a black hat. I ain't going to say it's brown just to go against the grain and trying to convince the idiots over here that the motherfucker is brown. Because you can convince a motherfucker to think the way you want. Because some people don't have a backbone. Some people can't think for themselves. Some people always got to be the follower. While Special Field Order number 15 in 1865 proposed 40 acres and a mule, it would quickly reverse. Bam. Bam. And it got reversed because Lincoln got killed. All that stuff is there, bro. All that stuff is there. And who reversed it? The Democratic Party. As usual, with this slavery, with the reversal of the 40 acres of the mule, with this slave patrol, with the KKK, and with the, what do you call that shit? And with the Jim Crow laws. They fought against every legislation we ever put in for civil rights. They fought against it. They made the crack law. Then they made the 94 crime bill. Man, we don't get enough with these people, man. We get welfare and social program for they can keep you in control. And it's scary. And I ain't saying that to be funny, but that's how it is now. Everything they do it for control, because they know the American Negro is not going to think for itself. Check out KGB sometime. You know how they operate. I never said I love ICE. I don't care nothing about politics. I don't care nothing about ICE. I don't care nothing about who the president. I don't care nothing who the vice president is. I care about how the country should be ran. I care about our children and young men and women should put themselves in harm's way to die for something that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you want to do a protest, boycott. Shut down your jobs that y'all work at. Because a lot of y'all working for racists. A lot of them people own Amazon and Google and all these places, TikTok. They might be extreme racist, but you're giving a lot of money to them. Apple and iPhone and Galaxy and Samsung. They might not like you either, bro, but we using it. We buying this shit, and they telling us what to do when we go to work. And I don't love ICE. I love the American people. I'm a Marine. And I love my country. I was willing to die for my country. I'm a fucking Marine. And I stay hard on that. And I live by that. I'm a Marine. And if anybody out there breaking the law, putting their hands on law enforcement or military soldiers, I'm against that. Because it's fucking wrong. And it's also wrong that we fight for people who broke the fucking law to be in our country. This is our fucking country. It's not their country. Go back to where you come from. Most of them don't even like us. Most of them don't even like America. They still waving their flags. They still throwing up their signs. If you from Michigan, you ever go to Dearborn, you wouldn't realize you're in fucking Michigan once you get up here. We don't need to come here writing on the walls and your language. Speak our language. Learn the language. This is our country. And I'm always saying, I'm a Marine first and foremost. I'm going to follow the laws of the land. Number 5, 061 and 0481. I was 0311. I was recon, and also I was 0336 mortar. And like you know, Drizzle, we was out there putting our life on the line. So you think I'm going to go out there and put my life on the line for a motherfucker who broke the law? Ain't nobody out there fighting and protesting and having riot when you see all them homeless veterans out there who were trying to keep you safe at night. One thing about me, I'm never going to go against Drizzle Right. Let me make sure I follow you too before I won't get. Hey, I just followed you too. I'm going to make sure I respect the laws of the land. Even though when I went to prison, I accepted my punishment. I'm never going against the laws of the land because I took a creed, I took a code. When I became a Marine, that means I would do anything in my power to protect my country. A lot of y'all can't say that. Y'all protect them dumb ass neighborhoods, you don't even own a house on them. You live with a girl in Section 8 talking about this your block. I was willing to die for my country. So when somebody talking about, well, the ICE agent wrong, no, you wrong for being out there fucking with them. Them protests is far from peaceful. Y'all agitating them people. Y'all following them people. Who giving y'all all this intel where these motherfuckers gonna be at to arrest people? How all you non-working people getting there so damn fast? How y'all getting there so fast? Like, damn. What is this, Star Trek? How do they know that where these guys are gonna be at? And they there before them already set up. I'm like, man, something ain't right with this picture. Where they getting this information from? And why we should bring the laws up also. If you're an American citizen, you hide illegal aliens. Once they get detained, you should be charged with a criminal act, get up to 20 years. If you are an immigrant and you got a green card or citizenship, people in your family, they are illegals, and you harboring them, you should get your citizenship stripped and deported out the country with them. If they come and ask you, do you know what individuals are? You have the right to say you don't. But if you're harboring illegals and you got a green card and you're an immigrant and this country gave you the privilege to be here and you break the law, you need to get deported with them. And Alex, I'm praying for your soul and your family. I wish this day can be reversed. I wish we can go back. I wish we can go all the way back that you was at job today thinking about going to that parade. Going to that protest. And you decided not once your parents talked to you. I wouldn't bet that there are more bad Trump supporters than there are illegal immigrants, I think. Well, you got a lot of bad Barack supporters. You got a lot of bad Biden supporters. And you got a lot of bad Kamala Harris supporters. You don't think President Barack and all them, that we got people that gangbangers, that hustling, that scamming, you don't think they support one of these presidents? So it ain't about who bad, it's about people breaking the law. We ain't talking about Trump, we talking about illegal aliens. People who breaking the law. That's what we talking about. I went to prison under the Bill Clinton administration. You don't think I was a bad person, so you're gonna say every Democrat is bad? Come on now, let's just be mindful of some of the shit we said before we said it. You should have read it and said, oh, this don't sound right, I ain't gonna say that. You didn't think about that for your posting? I guess not. I'm willing to bet there are more bad Trump supporters than there are illegal immigrants, I think. Yeah, but if that doesn't matter. They still broke the law. But then how many Trump supporters that are law-abiding citizens? That not racist. Everybody who's Republican is not racist. Everybody who's Democrat is not racist. Everybody Democrat it ain't racist. And then you got a lot of people that Democrat is extremely racist, but they still gonna vote Democrat. You got a lot of Democrats, white and black, gonna break the law because you see these liberals, they going hard on that front line, breaking a lot of laws. And y'all don't see it because y'all ain't law enforcement. Y'all ain't never been in the military. I see a lot of laws being broken, a lot of people getting federal cases. So it's bad people on both sides. But at the end of the day, we don't need illegals in our country. So you agree with they're going, hold up. So you agree how they are doing things right now. That's why you're trying to say. What I'm saying is, Gallo Negro, hola, ¿cómo está? What I'm saying, should nobody risk their life being on the front line for the United States government, period. If you do all that dumb shit, you might well sign up and go in the military. Should nobody risk their life for nobody but people in their fucking family? 2 people lost their life for people they never meet who they never fucking know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that taxes are right. I don't know. But at the end of the day, you can't be blinded and say them protests are peaceful. This shit not. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican, independent, conservative. I don't fucking vote. So, but I'm still ain't no fool when I can see it that, hey, y'all doing bullshit too. Keep your punk ass back over here, and y'all keep your punk ass over there, and y'all just do what y'all got to do and leave everybody alone. Let them people do their job and get out the way. 2 people died now. 2 people died. We ain't gonna care about them next month because we gonna go on with our lives. We go home and kiss our kids. We going to work in the morning. We ain't gonna give a fuck. Our parents still can see us. Well, both my parents did. So I'm not here to disagree with what they doing, but I do know that both sides are partially to blame, Democrat and Republican. So I think both sides are wrong, Democrat and Republican, because you don't have a Democratic leader standing up on national TV telling them people to go home and stand down. Then you don't have a Republican leader sitting there saying, you know what? We're gonna automatically bring in martial law, get these motherfuckers out the street. Because the violence gonna get worse. And they're gonna get worse after President Trump is gone now, because you giving people the authority that they can attack law enforcement. You let them know, hey, you can attack law enforcement as long as you want to. Hey, if you're a legal alien, you have the right to be in our country. Hey, if a person is illegal alien, you got to defend them. What the fuck? Y'all defending people who breaking the laws now? Wow. But you notice, you don't see a lot of Latinos out there. You don't see no blacks out there. You really ain't gonna see no Somalis out there in Minnesota. You seeing a lot of white liberals. And not a lot of people out there, man, but whites. Suburban ass people who trying to change the world because they feel guilty about something. I don't know what the fuck they feel guilty about, but them motherfuckers feel guilty about something because they try to change the world. And you can't change the world one bullet at a time. You need to keep your ass at home. She been hit 3 times, he was hit 3 or 4 times. That shit is not worth it. I don't know how lead feel, but it's got to be painful if it can take your life. It got to be extremely painful. So we got 17 people here. I'm going to read the names off on the wall. You got Drizzle. You got Marcus. I'm just going to put Living, man. That's too much, man. Blackie. You got Kristen. You got Tipsy. You got Thomas. You got Catherine. You got Curtis. You got Chuck. And you got User. Catherine, get a picture up. Make sure y'all accounts are open. People are not going to follow y'all. Y'all have a closed count. If your account is closed or your account is private, people are not going to follow y'all. So make sure your account is open. That's the only way you can get followed. Everybody, please tap the screen. 11 people in here. Let's tap up to a couple thousand. And this, when you come in this live, it's always a follow for follow. Follow the host and follow people on the wall. And think about it. A lot of time when we speak, It gonna be people getting hurt. People gonna be in their feeling. People going emotional. But all you gotta do is just research both political parties, man. All you gotta do is research the laws on immigration, illegal immigration. All you gotta do is read the law. What consider a peaceful protest? Can you take weapons to a peaceful protest? Just start looking stuff out. The first thing I did when a young man lost his life, like I said, it's sad. I Googled, can you take weapons to a peaceful protest? That's all I did. No less, no more. Can you take weapons to a peaceful protest? I want somebody to Google that. Can you take weapons to a peaceful protest? And see what you get. See what the laws say. It's so much information out there. We got to stop being emotionally driven. Once you open up your mind, you don't have no political party you really care a fuck about, and you ain't gonna be biased, you'll start seeing a lot of bullshit play out in front of you. Cause a lot of times we blinded. See, I ain't blinded cause I had no political agenda. I had no party I'm riding with, had no affiliation. So I'm not gonna be biased. I can speak the actual truth and go home and sleep at night. I don't have to get up in the morning and think about Donald Trump or Biden. Because at the end of the day, the way I survive is by me coming to work every day. Why me doing the right thing? Why me living a good, righteous life? Why me always being truthful? Why me always asking God to guide me? God would not let me put myself in no situation like that. He'd have had my car break down on the way there. I'd have called 5 Uber. Nobody would have had access to come and get me. Uber would have been backed up, or the app would have went down. God would have protected me because God knew I shouldn't be in no situation like that without thinking. A lot of y'all ain't no thinkers no more, man. A lot of y'all are mostly driven. Now, everybody made a comment about the ICE situation, but nobody who said anything to me about the ICE situation said anything about that little girl being raped. You see how diabolical that shit is? They question me, well, would you agree with ICE tactics? Oh, he was there just trying to pick somebody up. He didn't deserve to get shot. But nobody said nothing about the little 7-year-old girl. Nobody said nothing about the other young ladies that was on the line. This make sense. And I'm sitting on here. Nobody made a comment about what that article just said up there about that 7-year-old girl, how bad that situation is for a child had to go through that, and she gonna think about that for the rest of her life. Nobody had compassion for that, but they talking about what ICE is doing, but nobody said nothing about that. See, this is stuff I'm talking about. Nobody or no woman got on here and said, "Damn, wow, this is fucked up. That little girl died for nothing." Why? I'm waiting and I'm baffled that nobody fucking said anything. And you know the funny thing about that? It's fucking scary. It's really scary to me. And I'm sorry to say that, man, but nobody had compassion for this 7-year-old girl. They talking about the law, that they deserve to be here. Immigrant lives matter. Well, I never said they didn't. I never said illegal immigrants lives matter. I just said they don't need to be in the country, and they broke the laws. But nobody ever made a comment about the 7-year-old girl. Asking what's her name. Asking what is she going to be dealing with. Nobody said anything. Wow. And these are human beings we talking about. This is America. She didn't deserve nothing that happened to her. Illegal alien deserve everything that happened to him when he commit that lawful act coming over here. Like when I was hustling, when they came and got me, my family can't go down there and protest with shit. I broke the law. I would have told them to go home because I was wrong. I took my responsibility and got the fuck out. You know how many people that's in this country right now, right? That was illegal. They self-deported. Hundreds of thousands self-deported. They had hundreds of thousands that took that little $3,000 or $4,000, went back to the country instead of being hunted down, and all they got to do now go back to the country. So I was in the United States 7 to 8 years. I self-deported when the law came out, because I want to do the right thing, is there a possibility I can get back on the list and come over here the right way? And there's a possibility they will bring you back and give you an opportunity to be an American citizen. Just do the stuff the right way. Like the one lady I looking at this show, she was over here 33 years, never got a green card. Another guy was a United States Marine veteran, did a time Marine Corps was in the country 30-some years, got deported back to Mexico. It was a show about deportation, going back to Mexico. Now, all these people been in the country 30 and 40 years, 20, 25 years. Y'all didn't take the time to go down and get a green card or try to get citizenship. That's ludicrous. And especially all of them have raised children as an American. And not one time you really try to learn a lot of English with that broken English you talking, or the 30-some years, because they got comfortable. They bleed in their heart that they deserve to be here. No, you don't. Like the sanctuary cities, them cities is running amok with crime, violence, scamming, and fraud. They need to shut it down. They need to shut them down. We giving you sanctuary to be over here. Now, if you leave outside that circle, you can get arrested. You go outside another city. So you give me food stamp, you give me Section 8, you give me housing, you give me food vouchers. I can go to the food banks. There's a lot of stuff that you getting as an illegal alien that we can't get as an American citizen. Let's make this shit make sense. Let this make sense. I'm gonna go down the wall again and call everybody names out. Marcus, you got Big, shit, I don't know what the fuck they say. Big, Bigger die, man, fuck it. Big, Louise, Blackie, Carla, Nate, Pierce, and Christy. Hey man, I don't even know how to pronounce your name. Big, you are the, I don't know, man. Get a regular name, damn. Fam, everybody following. I'm just gonna call him Big, man, because that's too much for me, man. I can't even figure your name out, man. Hey, I apologize. That's a lot. Don't be mad at me, fam. I can't figure that shit out to save my life, man. Hey, but they gonna follow you. Everybody please follow him. Make sure you get him, shit. With a name like that, make sure you get him. Hey, when y'all get names, when y'all come on social media, make sure y'all name that people can understand. No matter how slick it might sound to you, you still can use it. But make it, you know, comprehensible where people can understand it. That's all I'm saying. You know, like mine, Axel and Vester. Accidental and Vester. You know, you can figure it out easy. You're going to see accidental, then you're going to see the N, then you're going to see Vester. Accidental and Vester. You know, some simple. Other one, success out the prison. I keep it simple. But like I said, you can do what you want, but make it simple for your people, because a lot of people can't understand your name. We don't know who you are, what you're saying. So I know a lot of people gonna feel some kind of way about the government because Donald Trump is running. I know somebody gonna feel something about ICE because they feel that you had the right to attack them. They doing their job wrong. But at the end of the day, you can have your opinion. You can think how you want, but you shouldn't be out there protesting violently, and you shouldn't hate your president, because at the end of the day, your president is a reflection of you. We United States of America. We want this motherfucking country run efficient. We want people to keep their jobs. We want people to keep making money in the market. We want the housing to go down. We want the food to go down. We want the gas price to go down. No matter who do it, let's get it done. We want inflation go down, the interest rates go down. So that's how we got to be thinking. This is not no tit for tat where we're going to keep going against each other. Because I'm personally not trying to go against nobody who ever ran office. That never going to be me and never will be me. Because like I said, I'm a United States Marine. I honor my country and I respect my country. There's some shit I don't agree about, with, but I'm not gonna go against it either. I'm just gonna play my hand like I'm supposed to, cause some stuff you just can't control, and I know that. Some shit I can never control, so I'm just gonna stay out the way and let you just lead. And a lot of people don't understand that. Well, I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm going to go on the wall and call everybody out one more time before we leave. Corey, what's up, Corey? Corey ATM, Marcus, Blackie, Fine Wine, and Treasure. So I got to get up out of here. No, I will be following you, Treasure. I will be following you, Blackie, Fine Wine, Marcus. I'm already following you, Corey. Unless you got another page. Let me see. No, I'm still following you. So everybody be safe out here, man. Stay prayed up. Peace out. Os.